Hello and welcome to a tutorial on how to use the bulk create in Canva/Canva Pro, as that's the version I'm using. So let me share my screen with you. So I'm currently in my account at Canva Pro. And what I did is I started a new project and my canvas is 8.5 by 11. That is mostly what I work in. And why do I use bulk create? I use it to create a week's worth of content for the various groups that I admin and mod in, as well as for my social media handles. I like to keep everything uniform and create posts that can be used on every platform. And then that way people become familiarized with my products, my services, classes, and just my business in general. So right now, like I said, I'm in Canva Pro and I'm using a format of 8.5 by 11 inches. I'm going to create my background before I start doing everything in regards to the bulk content. So bulk creation or bulk content is when you do everything for whatever duration. You could do it for a week, a month, 2 months worth of content. Usually when you do it, the background is predominantly the same, which you can edit afterwards. So that's what I usually do. I just keep the background uniform for the 7 day creations I'm going to be doing. So let me just stop talking and get into the actual creation. So right now it's um, white, and I already have uploaded my images. My images are actually in a folder right here. One of my folders. So the images I'll be using are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here as I'm doing a week's worth of content. Now, I'm not going to upload the images right now. I am going to use the colors that's already on there. I think it was a nice purple. So I'm going to have the background just to flow nicely. And let's actually go to maybe this purple. And I remember that there is some gold. So I'm going to go to elements. So I'm going to scroll up here to elements. I do want to use a frame. So I'm going to type in, I like my floral frames because we're going into spring. So I'm going to type in floral frames. Now I use frames just so it's easier for me to drag and drop my images. So I'm going to go here. Let's see about this one. Make it bigger. I just want to see what it looks like when it's bigger. It's somewhat pretty. Let me just, I'm just going to drag in one just to see what it looks like. Oh, it's not big enough. I drag another one in. No, I'm not crazy about that frame. So we are going to delete the frame. Let's go back up and see what else we can find. Oh, I like this one. We're going to click on position and hit center. Go back to my projects, my images, and see what it looks like now. Oh, that I like a lot better. So I'm just going to take out the image and I'll show you why after. Now that I have my background, let me just see that again. I like this tan color here. So we're going to go here. So I'm highlighted the background where the purple is. So that way I can go to the color grid, grab the dropper, and I'm liking this color. Yeah, I like that a lot. So now we're going to highlight the frame, right click. Oops. No, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to take out the image. I'm leaving the frame. Now, I don't like my backgrounds to just be plain like that. I'm going to go back to Elements. And I would like to have floral lines. Oh, over here. I do. No, I don't like that. Let's see all here. Oh, I like this. Make it bigger. Hmm. Bring it down a bit. Oops. Go back around. Make it smaller. And bring it down. And I'm going to take the color from here, but we're going to go to the colder color. Oh, I don't like that at all. Let's see about white. Let's see if we can do some white in the back. Oh, I like the white. So we'll do that. Sorry about the snoring. I have a couple of animals. No, that's going to be too busy, right? Unless we make it bigger. Position it to the back. Move it over. We're going to hit transparency and make it lighter. That could work. We'll see. We'll play around with that too. This is slightly too big, so I'll make it a bit smaller because I want to have room for the text. So we're going to position it, same to the middle. I'm going to go back to Elements once again. And from Elements, I'm going to clear off Floral. I'm going to hit the square that has the rounded corners. And make it a bit longer. Don't worry about the color. Nope. And bring it down. And I'm going to change that also to white. And also bring the transparency down a bit. And then we'll take it from there afterwards. Okay, so we have that. We'll see, but we'll go on to the bulk creating part now. So before you get into the bulk creating part, click on the word text, hit the word heading, bring it down, because this is where your text will go, your multiple texts on all the different pages, depending on how many pages you want. So what I do is I type in part one. Oops. Part one. Doesn't matter if you have a space between the word part and one. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I remember my last post, 37.3 was a good sizing for my font. And I'm going to change my font. Is it top secret that I liked? No. Let's find something nice. And well, this is where you get to play around. Maybe gravity. No. Oh, I like this one. Nope. I want something that's going to be legible. I'm using quotes from African American women, famous African American women. And so I don't want the quote to be lost. So all these fonts that you see here are fonts that I've uploaded. Then these other fonts here you're seeing are Canva fonts. So we'll keep it at Alice for now. And I think I want the font to be white. Oh no. We can do white with the effects of shadowing. We're gonna go, so I clicked effects and I went to shadow. I'm gonna click the color and I want the shadow, of course, to be a black. I'm gonna make this bigger so I can see it better. We don't want really a blur. I'm playing around with the direction of the shadow. And of course, after I've done the bulk create, I'll do my editing. So I have my part 1 and I have my image. So this is the foundation. All the other ones, I'm doing 7 like I said. So the next 6 will have the exact same background, the same frame, white box and everything. And then I'm actually going to put my logo. So I'm going to do this logo. I go to my edit. I'm going down here to shadows, outline, scroll down, click the outline again, the color, and I'm bringing the outline to white. And I'm going to shrink and bring it down and shrink it a bit more. So this will, everything that you're seeing currently is what's going to appear on the next 6 pages as well. So you'll see all the different florals in the background, the white box, the frame, etc. So now what you're going to do is on the left-hand side, you may not already have it. So what you will do is you will scroll down to where it says apps. Now I don't know if this works on the free version. As I said, I'm working on Pro. But when you go to apps, go to search and you'll do search of bulk create. Enter. It's the first one. You'll click on it and it'll be added to your side. But I already have it, so I'm going to just click on it. Now, there are 2 different ways of doing this. You can do it with what they call a CSV file that's through Excel. I do it manually. I will make another video with using Excel, but I'll do it where it says enter data or data manually. So before I go there, I'm going to go up to my email or wherever it is that you're going to be keeping your text. And I'm going to highlight everything that I need. Oops. I'm going to enter in, well, first what you do is I'm going to get rid of the row. So a row goes from left to right, a column goes from top to bottom. So for now, I'm going to delete this row. I'm going to delete this row. I'm going to rename it as part 1. Oop. You have to write it the same way that you have it on your main page, on your main canvas. I'm going to paste the text. For some reason, it did that. So I'm going to delete this row, delete this row. Oops. Wait, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that should be right. Delete the row. Delete this row. I don't know why it did that. Why did it do that again? Why it deleted the... Sorry, why there's spaces in between my text, because there's probably space. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know what I'm missing. Let's try that again. I'm going to copy the text. I'm going to go back here. Let me just delete this whole column. I'm going to rename this column. Call it part 1. So I did it again. So I'm going to erase this row. Go down to this row. This row. I just want 7 quotes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was that one of the ones I wanted? So we're going to go back here. We're going to delete this one. Go here. Delete this row. So I have 7 now. I'm going to create another column by clicking Add Image. Where it says Add Image, now you can add your image, but remember your images have to come from a file. So if you've uploaded images to Canva and they're not in a file, you won't be able to use them in this part. So make sure that you put all your images into files. It's just to keep everything in order as well. I did that previously, so as I scroll down to the file that I want to use, which is my Precious Lights AI images, now I can upload my images. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I have 7 images, I have 7 quotes. And I'm going to go onto my right-hand side, scroll down to done. Now it says part 1, it has all my quotes. It says image for number 2. What I'm going to do now is you go to your image. You're going to, let me make it bigger. You're going to right click on the word where it says part 1. And where it says connect data or data, you're going to click where it says part 1. So now all my text that I put into the bulk column is going to be connected where part 1 is. Then you go to your frame, highlight it, right click, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to connect your data or data. Where it says image, you click on it. So now any images that I uploaded in the bulk create section is now attached to my project. From there, you hit continue. It's going to show you all 7. So you select all 7, and it's going to generate 7 designs. It opens it up in another tab. And as you can see, it has put in all my images and it's put in all the text. So since the text is too light, you can always go back to your original render. I like to delete the one that I'm not using because I don't want to have too many windows open. I find that the text was too light, so I'm going to go back to the original tab and I'm going to make everything black, I believe. And I'm going to generate 7 designs again. Like you see, it opens up a new tab. That's a lot better. Now you do all your editing. So as you can see, the actual quote is not fitting in properly. So this is where you do all your editing. You can make it smaller. And then you can go up to where it says spacing. And you can make the lines closer. Bring them closer. No, that's too smooshed. Then I go to position. Make sure it's centered. So it's already centered. I like that a lot. Now go to the next one. Same thing. Make it a little bit smaller. actually go back to the first one and check out the size of the font. 34.6. Let's try to keep everything uniform. So that's 34.6 already. We're going to bring it up and we're going to do the same thing and decrease the spacing. The I and the A are too close to the outside. So we're going to drag them in a little bit more. Let's do it one more time. Bring it down a bit. Go to position and make sure it's centered. That's number 2. Same thing, just do it over again. I forgot what the sizing was. 34.6, okay. So 34.6, press enter. I want to bring it in a bit more. For this one, I don't have to do the spacing because it fits in. I just want to make sure everything is centered. We'll go over to number 5, same thing. 34.6, enter. We're going to bring this one in a bit more as well. Again, I don't have to change the spacing. 34.6, enter. Bring it in a little bit more. Nope, that's too much. Let's see, does that fit? No. This one we'll have to change the spacing. So we'll go to spacing. Bring it up a little bit. And then bring it back down. And it's centered. We're number 6 right now. This one's going to need a lot of spacing. Wait, was that one a 36.4? 34.6, there you go. Do this one too, 34.6. Press enter. Bring it over. We're going to want to do the spacing. I think this one is going to have to stay as is. Let's center it and see what happens. That's the biggest one so far. And then the last one, do the same thing. We're going to click the font, 34.6, press enter. I think we're just going to do that a little bit. Bring it down and bring it in just a smidge. Make sure the position is that of centered. And I think that is good. Now what I do just for my images as well is I lock the image. I'm going to lock the image on all of them before I go to the next step. Lock. So what I'm doing is I'm highlighting the frame with the image. I'm right-clicking where it says lock. I'm locking the frame. Because if you drag anything else over it, it's going to take the image out and put whatever it is that you're dragging in its place. The reason why I do this is because I'm going to go back also to my uploads. I'm going to type in logo again. And I'm going to go down to my logo. This is my watermark. So that's my logo, Precious Delights. I'm going to remove the background. I'm going to change the transparency. And I'm also going to make it smaller. Now, if I had done that and my image was not locked, the logo would have taken over where the illustration is. So if you're doing something like this, please make sure you lock your frame. So my image is there. You can see it. I put it over my illustration. I copy another one and then I'll move it here. I'm not going to put it where the white flowers are because of course you'll be able to see it. It's just to kind of secure my imagery. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy. I'm going to go to my second page. I'm going to paste. Sorry, I'm going to go here. So let me paste it. Here we go. So I'm not hovering over the actual image to paste. I'm just pasting wherever and then I'll move it. So we'll paste again and I'll move the second one over here. And I do 2 of them per image. So we're going to, oh, where'd it go? Paste. It all depends on where you click. Paste again, move the second one over. I do this for anything that I put on social media, but if these images were being sold as is, of course I would not. I can actually just do a duplicate here. There you go. And I'll keep it on the other side. I don't want to put the actual logo on any place that is just a solid color because I don't really need it to be seen. I just want it to appear as a watermark. I have 2 more to go. Maybe duplicate and put it down here. And the very last one, same thing. Oops. Paste. So to copy and paste is always the right click of your mouse. I'll move this one here. So I will show you now what it looks like. There's no real movement. There's no music. There's nothing yet. But there you have it. And I'll move to the next one. Let me close that. So now for the actual animation part, I'm going to animate the text. Let's see if shifting works. I like that. So I'm going to click shift and I'm going to go, it's on the word. No, let's do it by line, by character. No, let's do it by word. And we're going to do it on enter. So as the quote is coming in, that's when I want the animation. I don't want it on exiting and I don't want it on both. I just want the word to come in and stay. So that one is done. So it's shift and on enter. So you do it to all of them again on enter, and I'm keeping it on the word. This one too. Shift on enter, make sure it's under word. Shift on enter. Oop, that one disappeared. There we go. Shift. This one too. Shift. And our very last one. So you do still have to do some editing, even though you're doing a bulk create. The bulk create part is just to keep you from having to do everything step by step. Now, I could have done the animation, I could have done everything else on the original, which is this one here, but I don't know what I want until I see it with the imagery. So you can actually do a mock one, get everything into place, and then delete your image and everything else, and then do your bulk create. But this is just how I do things, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So right now, I have the text, I have the imagery with my little watermarks, I have my background, and I'm going to add my music. Now, I don't use the music from Canva. I use the music that I create and I upload. So when I go to upload files, I go to my audio. When I'm in my audio, for example, I'll use this one. This is something I created. I'm going to extend it so it's the whole thing. And I do believe I want to let's go here. If we beat synchronize, let's see what that is. So right now, it brings it down to 38.9 seconds. No. I'm going to take off the beat synchronize. I'm going to go back to 42.2 seconds, which means that they're approximately 6 seconds each. And it gives you time to actually read the text. So let's play it so you guys can see what it looks like. There you have it. You have all 7 of them. Now, I did originally say that I'm creating 7 pages, so I can have one for each of 7 days, which completes a week worth of posts. So therefore, I'm not going to save it as one. I'm not saving it as one video that's going to be 42.2 seconds. When I go to share, I'm going to go to where it says download. You see it says pages 1 to 7. Select pages 1 to 7. They are selected, but I'm going to download the pages as separate files. That way, once everything is saved, I will be able to post one a day for 7 days. So this is a very quick way. I didn't have to put in the image. I didn't have to enter in the text manually. I did everything in the bulk create, and then I just had to do my little tweaks afterwards. And it makes things a lot easier for anybody that's doing anything monthly, weekly, monthly. It just makes things easier. Work smarter, not harder. Uh, it- how do you know it's downloading? You'll see at the bottom right, this little arrow in the circle. Once it's completed, that means that each one of these will be saved to a file, and I'll be able to upload them, pre-schedule in the groups that I manage and I mod and admin in, and also pre-schedule for any other social media that I use. And then that way I don't have to think about it. So this is going to be next week's posting from Monday until Sunday. Now I could do 30 days worth if I want and have 30 with the same background, the same frame, and just have 30 different images. I have done that previously for the months of January and February, but I figure for March, every week is going to be a different series of images that I create. And these images will afterwards be available in my PayHip or on my website. And then that way, if anybody wants to use my images, the ladies, for planners, notebooks, tote bags, or whatever they can. And then if they want to create their own journal covers too, they can do the same thing. These images that I create for posting are not for sale. I create them just for my own content, but people can see what the images can be used for. So there you go. Everything has been done. It's been downloaded. They are in another file. Let me just make sure everything is okay. Everything is there. I'll stop this share and I'll share where the files are. Let's go down to downloads. We'll share that one. There we go. Should be this one here. So I hovered over it. I right-clicked to extract all. I'm going to extract them. And then you'll see that they were saved individually. I double-clicked on the file. And then you can see that every single one is now an individual file. They all have the music. So the music will start, it'll cut off, it'll continue to the next song, to the next image, and it goes all to number 7. So these will be the ones. Let me just make them a bit bigger. These will be the images that will be posted in the various groups next week. Let's stop the share again. So I thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to comment, ask any questions in the comments. As I said, the images will be available on my PayHip, which is my website, and that is Precious Delights Canada, just like the name you see on the screen, .com. So also I'll put the link in the description. And I do look forward to seeing your guys' creations, whether it's being with Canva using the bulk create, or if you're getting my illustrations and you're posting them anywhere on social media, feel free to tag me under Precious Delights Canada. And I will also include my Linktree link so that way you can find all my handles and hopefully follow and subscribe as well. So thank you so very much for watching and look out for the next videos coming up soon.